Good morning, Metaverse. I'm Thor with the OCG and Mafia Guild, and today we are going to do a review on the VZUS. Now, this is a ship that is just getting out on the market. It still actually has a day before it's released for purchase at the recording of this video, but I wanted to get this video out quick because, one, always wanted to get you information on the ships as fast as I can, and two, I could already hear the echoes of people complaining about another ship on the market before a playable game. Look, I hear you. I understand. I've got some opinions about that, so I want to talk about that too after we talk about the ship. So let's get into the Solace and see what it has to say for itself. Now, this is going to be an extra small class ship. It is a racer type ship, and it's very similar to the other racer ships that we have. There's the X4, the Opal Jet, and the Fimbule Airbike. Now, its origination price is going to be $20 USDC, which is the same as the X4 and the Opal Jet. A single seater, one pilot for the crew. And in the components, let's compare that with those other ships. And I've already done a review on the other extra small ships, which will be linked in the description below. But in components, pretty normal, extra small for most of the components until we get to the hard points. The hard points, you have two extra small and two triple X small. Tiny pea shooters. So I'm curious on how much damage that's actually going to be able to cause, but hopefully you can at least scratch the paint as you pass the other ship by in the race and just tag it like that. Make your mark. But the X4 has 4 hard points, the Opal Jet has 2 hard points, the Airbike has no hard points. So this puts it right in between the X4 and the Opal Jet as far as firepower. But in the hull reinforcements, this is where it gets interesting. It has an extra small slot, which is one class size above its XX small class. And so in the description, it says the VZUS Solace has an abundance of hull reinforcement to get you here to there safely with ease of comfort. Very kind of them. And that makes a lot of sense because VZUS is a Ooster manufacturer, and Ooster sector is known for one of the character traits having extra hull strength. Now, I did a review of the factions in a video about Scream, and I'll link that in the description below, and it just kind of goes through the different benefits that the different factions have. And then you take a look at the modules, and this is where it differs from the other racer type bikes too, is you have one fuel module. Okay, now there's nothing else, so its benefit really is focused in the hull reinforcement. The Opal Jet has and the Airbike both have ammo slots, and then the X4 has a extra cargo module. So that's where this Solace falls. And so as far as gameplay, it makes a lot more sense for it to be something like a data runner. You have something that doesn't require cargo, but you need to get it from point A to point B safely. Solace is the one that you send. All right, a little bit extra hit points, and it still has the extra fuel for the travel range, and so that could pair really nicely with you know, a VZUS O-Pod or something like that, which is a data runner, and you can probably use those in concert with each other. That's the VZUS Solace, and you know, going racing in a couple different environments and the different views that you see on it in the blueprints. I did notice that there is an Oni, one of the alien races, that is in the driver's seat, so I might have expected an Ooster because it's an Ooster manufacturer, but maybe they're trying to branch out and expand their market. I definitely respect that. And so that's the Solace. So let's talk about the concern about putting out another ship on a market that already has a lot of ships out there. Now, the biggest talking point that I've heard from a couple other content creators is that putting out so many ships is devaluing the ships that people already own. And I disagree with that. And the reason why is you have the VZUS Solace. It's going to be released for $20 USDC. Okay, it's comparable to an X4. So let's take a look at an X4. X4 has gone down in value from the $20 point. It had got up to like a $24, $25, and now it is $4.50. All right, price is massively reduced, along with the rest of the crypto market is down. Okay, so is another competitor bike or racer ship really going to drop the price of the X4? I don't think so, because if I have two comparable assets, that one is $20 and the other one is $4.50, which one am I going to buy first? I'm going to buy the cheaper one at $4.50. I'm going to pick up Pierce X4s for a long time before I start picking up the VZUS Solaces. Even if I kind of like it more, do I like it 4 times as much? Probably not. And so unless you just have to have one of these Solaces, you're not going to go, and definitely not for a earning potential. You're not going to go for that. You're going to start picking up the X4s first. Okay, so it's more about people that have sold off assets and have exited out of the project as a whole and the crypto market as a whole, bringing the value down, than having more ships put on. And you don't have to buy all the ships. Okay, just because they're up there on the market doesn't mean you have to buy. They're stocking the shelves, and this is going to be actually beneficial once we get out of a bear market and more interest comes back into the Web3 gaming world, which that is what I think is going to happen. This is not financial advice, just my thoughts, and that is what a lot of other people think will happen. Is Web3 gaming and gaming NFTs are going to be the big thing in the next several years. And so when that interest comes back into the space and the prices start to go up, instead of having just a straight up spike, and people FOMOing in, we will have a large supply of assets at the $20 mark, the origination price mark, which is key because that's where all its earning potential is based off of. The X4, you buy it for $4.50, it still has an earning potential based off of the $20 mark, its origination price, which is very important to understand. And so when we get to that origination price, the FOMOing of people coming into the market, into this the Star Atlas space, is going to have a resistance. Okay, and that is good. That is good. That will give price stability at that origination price, and that will be on all the ships in that we go through. Like, for example, we have the Agrica Tursic that came out right at one of the lowest parts during the bear market. Horrible timing to try to sell a lot of these things. But it came out, its origination price was $2,475, okay? And that was the price that they decided they were going to do at the beginning of the Galactic Asset offering, and they stuck with it. And I like to see that Star Atlas is not capitulating to the market. They are picking the price, and they're sticking with what they said they're going to do, even if that price is going to be high. And we look at it, and you have USDC, and we still have 350 that are up for sale at origination price. Nothing is selling below that, okay? Nothing, because nobody really bought it, okay? There's 4,400, and you've got a lot sitting in the Atlas market and a lot sitting in the USD market, USDC. So, it's still sitting on the shelf, and so they're stocking the shelves. And that is a great thing. When supply is low and demand is high, prices go way up, okay? And so they're making sure there's a lot of supply and planning for the future and planning for a big future. Now, I want to be part of a project that has big plans and the ability to execute on it. And that's the thing that we're going to be looking at, is, are they able to execute on the plan that they put out? But I don't want to get involved into a small-minded project that has small aspirations. Whether they're able to achieve it or not, the end result is just okay. But they have a large perspective and a very ambitious goals, and if we can reach even a portion of those ambitious goals, this is going to be a phenomenal game and a great ecosystem to be part of. And so when more people start agreeing with that estimate, then we're going to get to the price point where you're going to wish there were more ships sitting there to keep that price point down so that you can pick up more. So overall, I'm not concerned about more ships coming onto the market. I think it's a good thing, if anything, and definitely it's not hurting the price of the assets that you already have. Your assets are down. I have lots of ships that are below what I paid for them, but I've also picked up several ships way down here at the bottom. You know, their earning potential is doing much better, and so my portfolio as a whole is actually getting stronger because I'm picking up at smart points. As the market dips down, I'm buying the dip with ships, just like you would do with any other asset. Again, not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing and how I see it. And when I hear the other content creators, whether they're Star Atlas focused content creators or non-Star Atlas content creators, and they're complaining about more ships on the market, I don't think you're really looking through what the effects that would have on your current assets. I think sticking to the plan that Star Atlas had from the beginning is a good sign. I think having more ships available at that origination price, as long as they're not dropping the price to try to compete with the ships that we already have, that would be bad. That would depreciate the value of the assets that we have. But they're putting at the origination price that are comparable with the origination price of our ships. That is a good thing. That is going to be more price stability as the game grows. And so I'm still very excited about the future of Star Atlas. I also had some comments from actually someone in regards to why are we willing to pay more for a Star Atlas asset, which does not have a game, a playable game, and is more of a concept than something like Star Citizen, which already has a playable game. It has really cool graphics, and they've developed some amazing gameplay. They're much further along in that process. Why would we pay more for Star Atlas assets than Star Citizen assets? And for me, I can only talk with how I see it, is the Star Atlas is a performing asset. It's an asset with utility. I have the ability to get returns. I stake that asset and I get Atlas as a return. I can then go and take my Atlas and exchange it for US dollars if I want, or for Sol, or for various other cryptocurrencies that brings me actual usable value. Whereas Star Citizen, I would be purchasing a ship or pledging for a ship, and I would be getting something I can play with, absolutely. And there is value to having fun in the game, but that value is limited. Whereas the value of the Star Atlas asset, I believe there will be a game, just like when you started Star Citizen, you believed there was a game. You pledged for a ship once it was playable. And so I believe we will get to that same point where we can play these assets, so it will have that value. And then it also has the ability to bring return and bring that investment back. Whereas the Star Citizen, there's not the earning potential, it's just the game. I've just spent money. There's nothing coming back. Even if it's not 100% rate of return, if I only get 10% back from the Star Atlas, well then that means I should be willing to pay 10% more for that asset, and it would be worth it. Now, with that in mind, Star Citizen, it's often phrased as Star Citizen versus Star Atlas, and I disagree with that premise at its very core, because I'm actually now getting interested in Star Citizen and will begin playing Star Citizen, and my purpose for that is to practice my skills and develop my skills. This is not an insult to Star Citizen. I think it's a great game. I think they've done amazing things, and I will be playing it to improve my skills, so that when Star Atlas is also at a playable phase, then I can transfer those skills over and have a much bigger impact in this other game that's going to bring me returns, that's going to be valuable to me. And you know, the future of Star Citizen, if they decide to change their game model at all and bring value to it, then I will already have had a lot of experience in here and maybe build up some assets. And so I think those are not competing concepts. They're at totally different stages, and I think they can help each other more than be some kind of a competition. That's not kumbaya. That's looking at it from a very practical and use case standpoint, where both of those are tools that I can use to benefit me. And that's what you do when you create products. And that's where you look for synergies between two different products. And I think more collaboration between those spacefaring communities would be a good thing for both environments. And I'll have a foot in each. I plan on doing that. And I recommend that anybody that's going to play Star Atlas should check out Star Citizen. I'm also involved in Elite Dangerous, you know, and that can be another great game for practicing flying around in space and building your skills there. That's just my 2 cents on that. I'll get off my soapbox now. Hopefully that was helpful. Don't worry about liking or subscribing, but if you find it helpful and know somebody that would also find it useful, then share it with them. If you want to join the Mafia esports organization, there will be a link in the description below. That is the group that I do a lot of my gaming with. Drop me a line. I'm always looking for people that are interested in Star Atlas or space games as a whole. I think those are really fun conversations. And leave comments. I'll return comment to people that want to talk about it. I find it fascinating. So if you could do that, then today was a good day. Good morning, Metaverse.